Have you ever wondered why there are words you can actually remember? Then there are other words you seem to forget straight away. Maybe I have the answer. Right here, as you can see, we have 4 little caps. Underneath these caps, there are 4 triggers that trigger your memory. And if you use those triggers, you're able to remember anything you want. So the first trigger is sounds. Here, my friend, listening is very important. The more you listen to a word or a set of words, the more they stick into your brain. But to activate our brain, my friend, listening to some random words or phrases is not enough. In fact, you need to listen to your own voice saying the words you want to remember. For example, if you want to remember the name of a person you've just met, the easiest way is to repeat the person's name at least 3 times during a first conversation. Hello, my name is Rob. Oh, hello, Rob. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. It's Rob, right? Yes, just like Robert, but shorter. Got it, Rob. I like this name. Now you can apply this to anything. For example, look at this phrase. I am looking forward to hearing from you soon. Looking forward means to look in the future to a particular moment where you are happy to do something. So basically, when you're saying I'm looking forward, you mean you are happy for some future event. This is a very long phrase, but if you start using the same words, I am looking forward to, and then whatever you can't wait to do, then you're gonna make sure to actually remember it. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'm looking forward to our next vacation. I'm looking forward to the holidays. Now, sounds have their limits though. For example, with music, don't rely on music to remember lyrics. I know, this sounds strange, so let me give you an example of it. Here is this beautiful song from Pop Mage called Bad Liar. I'm sure if you listen to this long enough, you're able to actually remember the words. But can you really understand what it means? Can you really use it in other situations? Now, breathe is this. And when you say, I can't breathe, you are saying that you are not able to breathe, right? So it's quite serious. Just listening to this song and to the way this singer sings this word, well, it's simply not enough for your brain to understand the real meaning of this word. So this is why I'm saying that, yes, songs are good, but they're not the best for memory. Now back to our caps, because it's time to show you the second trigger, images. Images, my friend, are able to do what sounds can't. When you connect an image to the proper word, there it stays in your memory and it doesn't go away. But let me show you this with an example. She was chopping and trimming the turkey. Let me show you how you can remember these words and also use them in other phrases. Back to Google, let's find out what chopping is. The first thing you see if you put the word chopping is a dictionary and just right underneath the definition. As I showed you in a previous video, if you go over the images, this is where you can see the word chopping in action. And wow, looking at the images is way more than enough to understand what the action is. Chop, 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 chop. And here you go, that this is the image chopping. Let's see what trimming is. You can see that this man is cutting again away some bush. This too is cutting away some bush. And this girl is cutting some hair. But as you can see by these images, she is only cutting the tips of it. She's only cutting what's probably dry and damaged. This man here is cutting away the beard. But not all of it, just some parts of it. The image of trimming, the action of trimming is taking away what's not necessary to make it neat or smaller. Now the phrase goes, she was chopping and trimming the turkey. So the next word is turkey. And as you can see, a turkey is an animal and we are cooking this turkey. Trimming the turkey means taking away every little bit that is not necessary for cooking. This way is way easier to remember new words and also use them in other phrases. I want to chop some parsley. I need to trim my beard. But I don't need to trim my hair, right? All of this is just thanks to the images we just implanted in our minds now. But we're not done yet, because if you connect everything with emotions, this is when things really get interesting and you're able to remember way more than with any other trigger. Emotions, my friend, are vital to connect simple words with their deeper meaning.
I'd literally lose myself. And I was a really good dancer. I would put all my emotional expression into my dancing. I could be in the movement in a way that I wasn't able to be in my real life.
Take for example the word can. You're talking about your abilities. You're talking about things you can do and things you can't do. If you connect this word with the emotions it evokes, you're able to communicate better and express exactly what you're feeling. Back to our song's phrase, I can't breathe. This is to breathe. If I say, oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Okay, I'm not an actor, my friend, but I really hope I created a really strong connection between the word breathe and its deeper meaning. Now, of course, you can't use emotions to learn every word in the vocabulary. At the same time, if you're using a little bit of every trigger, you're able to really remember words. But as you can see, we left still one cap untouched. And underneath this cap, there's the biggest trick of them all. The one trick that allowed me to remember every word without studying anything. I'm talking about repetition. If you repeat an action for at least 10,000 times, you are sure to have become an expert in that particular field. This is what Malcolm Gladwell, which is this guy right here, in his book Outliers says. Michael Gladwell talks about his lifelong research, interviewing hundreds and hundreds of successful people and asking them how they have become so successful. The common denominator among all of them was repetition. Particularly, they repeated the same skill, the same activity for at least 10,000 hours before becoming really good at it. So my friend, if you wanna make sure to remember new words, you need to use the proper triggers, mixing them just like there were some spices. When you hear a new word, make sure to repeat it yourself, to have a clear image in your mind, to possibly connect it to a real emotion, and finally to repeat it enough time to make it stick into your brain. The best way to start is by watching sitcoms, one episode per day. A sitcom in fact has all the ingredients and the triggers to actually remember vocabulary. But I made a video right on this topic and I'll leave you the link right here so you can watch it straight away. This video gives you a complete roadmap to basically learn English with movies. And by the end of the roadmap, you won't even need subtitles anymore. So if you're up for the challenge, go watch it straight away. Cheers!